Greetings, beautiful souls. This is Bevan Neiman Cortez, coming from my colorful kitchen here in Chihuahua, Mexico. I came on today to really talk about our big why. Whenever we're pursuing something, no matter what that is, whether it's a relationship, a career, moving to a new place, starting something new, working on a new hobby, for example, we have an underlying motivation, our big why, and that can vary depending on the circumstance and depending on the person. So sometimes we make these choices. Sometimes we're drawn to something, and most HSPs and empaths are highly intuitive as well. And so we feel drawn to a specific person, a group, a community, a program, an author, whatever it may be. We seem drawn to this topic that's kind of going around, and we go down that rabbit hole and we start to research and we start to immerse ourselves in whatever it may be. And there is an underlying motivation for all of that. And everything that I do, everything I've been teaching for the past 11 years has really been encouraging sensitive people to be very conscious about our motivations. Why are we doing what we're doing? Why are we engaging in the relationships we're engaging in? Why are we pursuing this particular career? Why do we work at this particular company? Why are we starting a business? Whatever that is for you. Why are we traveling the world? You know what I'm saying? There's an underlying motivation. And before we become conscious of this, a lot of times that motivation is externally motivated, right? So we are motivated by what's going on around us, whether that is the value system of our family of origin, whether that's the value system of our friend group, whether that is, the particular workplace we work in, or a community group that we belong to. We can be heavily influenced because HSPs and empaths have this beautiful ability to be able to put ourselves into someone's shoes, not just like, oh, I can cognitively understand that. No, I can emotionally feel what it's like to be that person, to be in their life, to go through what they're going through. So we can merge, for lack of a better term. We can merge ourselves and just kind of go with the flow and just go, yeah, this is how my family believes, so this is what I'm going to pursue. Or this is, what my friends are doing, so this is what I'm going to do. And then as we begin to do this spiritual work, as we start to go within, as we begin to study, we realize that we are 100% responsible for our own choices. And that is often a very sobering realization. It was for me, and I actually call it spiritual and human adulthood. We can grow up and we can be a certain age and we can be called an adult, but until we take responsibility for ourselves, for our situation, for our life, for our mentality, our mindset, for everything that we do, then we haven't really reached that level of maturity yet. And it's hard because we can also slip back. But when we're talking about doing something and having a particular motivation, it's really important to ask yourself, am I doing this out of habit, or am I doing this because it's really aligned? Am I engaging in this relationship because it's always been that way? Or is there something different that I'm really seeking at this point in my life? Am I really excited about this career, or am I staying because the money's not bad, the benefits are pretty good, and it doesn't take too much energy to do this work, but there's something else beyond that. So assessing our motivation, assessing our big why. Is it social conditioning, or is it driven and directed by your inner moral compass, by your inner soul journey? And that is a very different question. So as I've been describing this new program that I am offering now, really my legacy work, this is about me passing on all of the information, all the knowledge, the wisdom, and everything I've gained from being a sensitivity practitioner for 11 years. We're talking about what is my why. And then we're going to talk about why someone might join this program and what their motivation may be. So my big why for creating this advanced sensitivity practitioner training is to ensure that when I move on into a different field, as I'm doing now, that all of that institutional knowledge is not lost. It's really important for us to complete the cycle. So the beginning of this cycle for me started when I found out I was an empath, and I began leading classes in my living room. And it's ending with me then leading classes for a group of empath leaders who will then be able to carry this on to many, many other people as a ripple effect. And so for me, the big why is, and it has been for this the last 11 years, is how can I empower sensitive people? How can I help them to know that our way of being is normal and natural, and they're not alone? And this is great. And you can learn how to manage your life and how to kind of reconstruct your life in all different aspects to be very supportive of what you do. So that's my why. My why has always been about serving empath leaders and empowering them and having them take their beautiful gifts and make all of the information and the wisdom their own, and expand and change the field and grow the field of sensitivity. A why for someone who might join is that they actually want to like put their hand back and help other people with the journey they've been through, whether that's a health journey, a journey around self-care, or setting boundaries, or dealing with narcissistic people, or whatever you've been through. You can then translate that learning into something that can make the path a little smoother for someone else. So that might be the why. It's like, I want other sensitive people to have a smoother path than I did. And I definitely want that. You know, some of my path has been pretty rough and rocky, and you probably understand what I'm saying about that. So that might be a motivation. I want to put my hand back. I want to share what I've learned. I want to help make it smoother for other people. It may be that you want to grow your practice, that you want to be able to add other services and products that will help to expand that. Maybe this is going to be good for your family, and you're looking at your children or your spouse or your partners or your animal companions, whoever you have in your household, and say, you know, I really want to create some stability. I really want to have some other options to offer out in the world. And I want to work with these specific kind of people, because in my experience, working with highly sensitive people has been the greatest joy of my life. I have been working with clients. I was an account manager for a really large corporate firm before I started doing this work. I had so many clients when I worked at Girls Inc., a national youth organization in the US. I had so many clients there, and I've had so many amazing experiences working directly with the public, working with people, building deep relationships. But the work I've done this last 11 years in working with highly sensitive and empathic and intuitive people specifically has been mind-blowing. It has, every time I leave a call, I feel uplifted. And it's so beautiful as a practitioner to know that you're going to have this group of people who you can really help to unveil themselves. You can be that safe person. So these are some of the motivations when we think about joining this kind of a mastermind group. And this sort of thing then translates to all different aspects of our life. When we're clear about our big why, when we know that mentoring and guiding and supporting sensitive people into their own empowerment and leadership is actually slowly progressing the evolution of consciousness on this planet. Now we get to really big picture why, right? Like, we're all here to evolve. We're all here to grow our species capacity, the human species, and to learn how to be more compassionate, more connected, more empathetic, more community focused, more giving, and equal exchange, more equality, more equity. So these are the things we're working towards. So by becoming an advanced sensitivity practitioner, you have the opportunity to create, in a small microcosm way, what is happening in the macrocosm. You and your clients, whether you do groups or one-to-one programs or you run a community, however you format, whatever structure that you create for yourself, the fundamental why underneath is helping people to evolve, helping people to step in, helping other people learn how to make conscious choices rather than just going with the wind and, sort of being the doormat, so to speak. So these are the underlying motivations. And if you think about anything you pursue, whether you're buying a home, there's a specific motivation that you have for that. If you are, pursuing a new degree in the university, or you are studying a program independently, there is an underlying motivation. And it's really important for us to be in touch with what that is. So I thank you for listening. I would love to have you click reply to this email and just tell me, like, what is your big why? What are you working on right now? And what does that mean to you? When we get really clear about how important this core belief is, this core motivation, we can then be much more effective in implementing it. Because now that we're passionate, now that we feel it at a soul level, at a heart level, at a mind level, at a body level, we feel this. We're like, yes, this is a yes. It's a hell yes, not a maybe. It's a hell yes. Then we know that we're on the right path. Then we know we're moving in the right direction. So, if this is exciting to you, I invite you to download the program brochure to learn more about what it might mean for you to be an advanced sensitivity practitioner, to be sought after for summits and podcasts and, other kinds of things, being a guest writer. There's many ways that you can reach sensitive people. You can become an advocate for them if that is something that's really important to you. And I will put the link for that program brochure. The program begins on June 14th, and we will gather as a small group. We will go through this year-long training, and we will integrate everything that we're learning into not only yourself personally, as a human being, as a sensitive person, but also as a practitioner, really elevating your practice by sharing best practices, by sharing tools, and, really lovely, like a nervous system approved ways of attracting people into your practice and of effectively serving them. So I'd love to have that. You can sign up for a discovery call with me. I'll have the link for that as well. I'd love to chat with you. There's never any pressure. I want whatever you're doing to be the right fit. I want you to have a sense of what your why is, and I want you to choose the things that are really going to light you up, that are really going to stretch you as a human being. Maybe the Perceptive Collective is that, maybe it's something else, and I honor whichever direction you go. So thank you, my friends. Really sense into your big why today. Why are you doing what you're doing? And what does it mean? And what is, your intention for this? And then what resources and connections do you need to actually implement it, to actually make it happen? Because we're here to translate our inner knowing into outer action and to participate and fully be in our humanness and enjoy these personalities and connect with wonderful people and to pursue those things that really light us up. That's the whole purpose. That's the whole why.